the Hammer Down Racing Report. And now your hosts, Scott Hammer and Ron Miller.
Welcome, race fans, to the Hammer Down Racing Report for Thursday, November 2nd, show number 305. Scott Hammer, Ron Miller coming at you live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter from the John Young Racing for First Responders.
Twitter.
Dave Kimmer Studio,
We're on X.
Nobody knows what that is. They'll think we're like some porn show or something.
No.
Well, I hope not.
Not tonight.
Lots to get to tonight. On the show, we will be featuring the 2023 track champions from Oakshade Raceway. That includes Josh Robertson, looks like has already joined us in the green room there. Right. Justin Gamber will be joining us. Devin Shiels most likely will be joining us a little bit later. He had a football awards thing to go to for Braden.
Yeah, something about these the kids of racers are big into football too,
I guess. And Eric Carr, of course, champion of the compacts, should be joining us a little bit later too. He also had a cheerleading meeting. So
he's a cheerleader?
No, for his daughter.
Oh,
he could be. He probably cheers his daughter on. We can ask him. We ranked again in Australia. We were up a little bit over last week's number, back in the hundreds, 183.
Really? Okay.
So thanks to all of our listeners in Australia. We appreciate that. And also last week we did a Twitter poll. Remember about the Sunday racetracks?
Right.
I totally forgot about that. Almost totally just let that fly under the radar. The question was, would you go and watch or race at a Sunday night track? And 70.8% said yes. Do you think they're lying? Do you think they were a little biased, the people that filled it out?
Well, I think they were really hoping that Millstream does anything.
8.3 said no, and we had there could be even more. It was 20.8% said maybe.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So if you put the maybes into the yes, that's 90%, over 90%.
There you go, playing with math.
91.6%, I do believe, exactly, wow. Yes. So, yeah, very cool. So we'll be talking to our champions here from Oakshade here in just a little bit. Before we get to that, got to pay a couple bills here. Mention Ron Miller Race Cars. Give him a call. Are you busy? You got a lot going on right now? Is it now the time to get the car to you to get things done for
it's a good time, but we're staying busy.
Okay.
It's not like we're just sitting around waiting for the door to open.
Well, that's good. Give Ron a call. He's got You still got your car for sale? Minus
I do.
The motor?
I do.
Okay.
The motor sold.
But the car is still for sale.
Correct.
Late models for sale. He's got everything. Parts, safety, equipment, service, rear end gear.
Yeah.
Repair.
That'll probably be a tomorrow thing.
That's good. Transmission repair.
Maybe.
Whatever needs repaired, you can repair it.
Whatever was singing in the background in your last race,
there you go.
We've got to fix it.
Ron Miller Race Cars, 734-856-7223. Give him a call. Just not between 7 and 8 o'clock on Thursday nights. Any other time's fine. 3 o'clock in the morning, you're good.
Yeah. I understand that my racers work weird hours, so I make myself available. Sometimes it's uncomfortable, but
not Tuesday nights too, because that's bowling night.
Right.
Yeah, I can't interrupt that. Oakshade Raceway, where the fastest meet to race. OakshadeRaceway.com. It's on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I refuse to do TikTok. I don't know what we post on there.
I don't know.
The awards gathering for Oakshade coming up on November 18th. That'll be from 1 to 4 at the Fulton Building. That's at the Fulton County Fairgrounds. Only drivers will be allowed to pick up their point fund money. More information, bless you, is at OakshadeRaceway.com. There's not much more information. That's pretty much it. Just show up anytime between 1 and 4. You don't need to purchase tickets.
Did I hear there were going to be sandwiches and soft drinks or something?
I think there's going to be snacks, at least.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not sure what the extent of that is going to be, but there'll be.
I wonder if the snacks are just for drivers.
I don't know. Maybe I should get some clarification on that.
That's it.
I'll see. I'll get some clarification on that.
And that's coming up pretty quick.
If Pam or anybody from Oakshade's listening, they might be able to chime in on the comments here. Yeah, that is coming up pretty quick. What is that? 2 weeks, 3 weeks from now? Also got to mention Freeze Frame Photos, Dominator Race Products, DCR Graphics. I know Freeze Frame's going to be at the gathering and with some photos to sell like they normally are. So Roddy's called him at 3 a.m.
Yeah, that was because Roddy's trailer went through the side of some lady's
story.
House. Yeah,
on the way back from Oakshade. Oops. On the way back from Oakshade.
That was the one.
Okay. Don't forget to put in hashtag DCR into the comments of our Facebook Live or the YouTube Live for a chance to win a Hammer Down Racing Report window sticker. Slap one of those on your car. You can be part of the Hammer Down Racing Report Army, where we report on where you...
Hello.
Hi. Where you finish each and every week. Here's the sticker right side up there. Hashtag DCR, we'll do that drawing at the end of the show. Also got some pizza giveaway courtesy of Big D's Pizza for How Many coming up in a little bit. Before we get to our guest tonight, real quick racing roundup for action this past weekend. Not a lot to report, but a little bit. Oops. Okay. Well, there was some in Ohio. Let's try that again.
Racing roundup.
Waynesfield Raceway Park.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. They ran the Boss season finale there, the Buckeye Outlaw Sprint Series.
Right.
Non-wing sprints. Ricky Lewis picking up the win there, and he was also crowned the series champion. Brian Ruhlman picked up the win in the UMP Mods. Matt Freeman won the Compacts, and Riley Hayter picking up the victory in the Dirt Track Truck Series.
I wonder, Brian Ruhlman was looking for somebody also that had a
video of that. I saw that
of the sprint cars.
Oh, was it the sprint cars?
Well, mods and sprints. So
was he running his sprint car there too?
I think so.
Okay,
I think he was. Dave, help us with that.
No pressure. NASCAR action this past weekend. The Xfinity Series at where were we? Martinsville. That's right. Justin Allgaier picking up the win there. Championship 4 set for both the Xfinity and Cup Series. Xfinity Series drivers eligible for that, of course, are Allgaier, Cole Custer, Sam Mayer, and John Hunter Nemechek. And there was some weird stuff happened at the end of the Xfinity race where a couple, was it Richard Childress teammates kind of took each other out of contention?
He was a little put out with that.
Was he?
Yeah.
Was it Sheldon Creed and was it Cindric? I can't remember who it was. I think they weren't happy with each other either. Also, Cup Series action Sunday. Ryan Blaney picking up the win at Martinsville, and he moves into the Championship 4 along with William Byron, Christopher Bell, Kyle Larson, and you notice the name not on that list.
What's that?
Drives the number 11 car.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that guy. Did not make
He's been getting a lot of negative press in on the internet too, Scott.
Yes, he has. Taylor Cook, former guest on the show, picking up the win in the UMP Mod feature Saturday at the Dirt Track at Charlotte for the second year in a row. As a matter of fact, I didn't realize it was the second year in a row. So congratulations to him. Make sure to give DCR Graphics a call for all your graphic needs for next year, this year, whatever. Full wraps. They also specialize in banners, stickers, die-cast, T-shirts. They can do graphics for any kind of car, sprint cars, late models, modified, stock cars, compacts, or even your grocery getter. Whatever. Order your official Hammer Down Racing Report window sticker. If you don't win one of these tonight, you can order them just $5 from, I don't know why I always hold it upside down
again.
You can order them for just $5. He'll mail them to you, and that's if you don't win. He also does gift certificates just in time for the holidays. So maybe you got a racer in your family is going to need some graphics for next year.
Yeah.
Get a gift certificate from DCR Graphics. Call or text Dale. My God, I can't talk. DCR Graphics at 419-308-9523. Check them out on Facebook at facebook.com/DCR Graphics. And, Dominator Race Products also. They have what you need to be in the winner's circle. Dominator has 30 years of experience to put you out front. They have hoods, fillers, doors, quarters. Check out their composite ultimate body panels, late model nose kits, 3-piece modified valance kits, fan shrouds, and much more. I saw him, he just posted a couple hours ago how many spoilers should he take with him to the Dome.
Ooh.
Because they tend to rub those off on the wall there.
You better mention freeze frame photos real quick. I know we'll catch him later, but Charlie's in the house. So
is he?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I was talking to him. Austin Hill. Thanks, John. I knew it was in Austin. I got the first name right. Brian Ruhlman finished 12th in the feature.
Right. In the
sprints. Boss. Yes. Thank you, Dave, for pulling that up first. Back to the Dominator Race Products commercial. If you need to order any of those products, check out DominatorRaceProducts.com or call 419-923-6970. Dominator Race Products are also available from your local reputable race shops.
Yeah.
Like Ron Miller Race Cars. Let's bring our guests in here first.
Yeah.
How do we do that? And then we'll talk about
let's do
freeze frame photos.
Yeah. If we hang him along, you know,
string him along.
Yeah, he'll learn something probably.
So we got a couple of guests. One with his camera on, one without. So we have Justin Gamber. Congratulations, the champion of the Dominator Super Stocks.
Thank you.
And Josh Robertson, who there you are.
Oh yeah.
Champion of the UMP Sportsman class at Oakshade. As I mentioned, our other two. I think you have earbuds. You guys can put in. I hear. We're getting feedback.
I didn't hear it until Josh popped in.
I'll try something else here. Hang on.
Gotta like modern technology. No, I totally forgot what I was going to do. I was going to, let me click on this. Let's get rid of that so we can see names here. So I guess, Justin, we'll start with you. Does anyone still call you Putter?
Oh, yeah. Daily.
Okay. Putter, a nickname that, where did that nickname come from?
It come from my grandpa a long time ago when I was a kid.
And how did he come up with that?
Well, I used to take forever eating. So he told me I was always putting around. So he started calling me Putter after that.
So it had nothing to do with racing then?
Nope.
Okay. Any other nicknames come up after you started racing?
Well, I'm sure there's some drivers have some nicknames for me, but
you don't want to share what that might be?
Well, probably not.
Okay. It's a family show. You had one win, 10 top fives, a lot of bad starting positions this year. You've had to pass quite a few cars. I have a feeling that you may be the hard charger award winner this year. Did you win that last year too?
No, I did not win it last year.
But you won it before?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Well, you passed a lot of cars this year. So why do you think you had such poor starting positions in the features?
I can't draw to save my life. Just you get a good starting spot in a heat race. Sometimes you struggle, and then you end up starting deep in the field, and you just got to work your way to the front.
So you had to work pretty hard for this championship this year.
Yeah, it was a struggle most nights. Racing with, battling with Bubba Kundick all summer, which he's a good friend. It was a lot of fun battling with him, but it wasn't easy. Now
going into that final night of championship night, you had a slim lead over him. I think that was the tightest point battle we had in championship night. What was your mindset going into that night?
Well, it's just trying to keep my nose clean and finish the night really was the biggest key. But when we went in the heat race, we were in the same heat race and he beat me. I knew it was still a slim point lead. I know going out for the feature, I had to at least finish right behind him or a car or two behind him. So, throughout the feature, I got to where I was right behind him. I was like, as long as I can stay here, I got it. So that was my plan after that.
So you didn't push it too much?
No, I tried for a couple laps trying to get around him. I probably could have. I really wanted to force the issue, but I knew if I tried, it could take us both out, and I didn't want that to happen. So I just settled in and followed him around.
Now, are you two team cars?
Yes, we're team cars at GT Race Cars.
Gotcha. How much information do you guys share back and forth, you and Bubba?
This summer wasn't a lot. We kind of kept to ourselves, and each one of us had our own setups going on in the car. So,
okay. And Josh, welcome back.
Thank you. How's this one sound?
Sounds much better. I'm not
hearing
not hearing us echoing. So Good job. Thank you.
Yep.
Let's talk to you a little bit here. You had 7 wins this year, 13 top fives. What made you in that 33 car so dominant?
Really, what I've learned over the years is you have to be extremely lucky not to get unlucky. No matter how you drive the car, you gotta trust the people in front of you and hope they do a good job. Also, good maintenance program, which just comes with time and good help along the way. It helps you find some stuff, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, this is tweaked or this is not right. What's wrong with it? So figuring all that stuff out over the years really paid dividends finally this year.
So first championship for both you guys. What's that mean to you? We'll start with you, Josh.
It's big. I learned a few years ago that points racing is extremely stressful.
Yep.
So after, a few times of sniffing towards the top and not actually getting it done, I decided the last couple of years I was not going to race for points. I was going to show up and race the best we could, and the points will be whatever they will be because that's just how it works. So just trying to have the same car we show up with every week and knowing what adjustments to make, making sure you find the broken stuff. So if something's a little bit off, you know exactly where to look and address the issue right then.
Josh, the Robertson family has a really big presence at Oakshade.
Not just at Oakshade.
Everywhere.
The Robertsons everywhere.
But do you think that helps you at all?
It definitely doesn't hurt. I know my dad tries some crazy stuff on his race car. Tell him I don't think that's going to work. And, for every 3 times I'm right, he's right once every 4 times. So see what he's doing and then kind of like, well, here's where I'm at. Here's where you're at. So it's kind of a big just sampling pool that we have. All of our cars are pretty different, but they're kind of the same. So
similar setups.
Similar setups, baseline's pretty similar, but what we throw at them throughout the night's kind of free game. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So
I'm assuming you apply those 1/4 of the time he does something that works to your car.
Yeah, the last few years, it's really been me taking more of his stuff, but this year it was more him listening to me. So maybe we've learned something.
Okay. Justin, what's the first championship mean for you?
It means a lot because, my dad tried for years, my brothers tried, and nobody else in the family has got it done. I finally did, and it was stressful, like Josh said. It was very stressful leading points, most of the summer. I don't know how these guys do it year in and year out, leading and running points like they do.
So I guess, go ahead.
I've raced for almost 20 years now. This is my first championship, and I don't know if I want to run for points again now.
I was just going to ask or say that a lot of people that we've talked to that have run for points say that is the most unfun thing to do when it comes to racing.
It's difficult, Scott.
Yeah, would you guys agree with that?
Yes.
Absolutely. You can say you're not in a points race, but you're in a points race.
Well, it's usually how the first couple weeks of the season go, and then, I guess I'm in a points race if you're doing well, right?
Best thing you can do is miss the first 2 weeks of the year so that there's no chance of getting involved.
That's good advice. You might take that next year.
So, Justin, then the first of the Gambers to win a championship, is everybody in your family, are you the envy of your family now?
No. Everybody's pretty proud of me and happy. If it wasn't for them at the last few weeks helping make sure the car was ready, I don't think we could have got it done. But they were all there the last few weeks making sure the car was 100%.
So who was supposed to check the car at Fremont a week ago Tuesday when you had a hose issue?
I don't even know. That was definitely a freak accident. It's only ever happened one other time in my all years racing, and that was earlier this summer racing against Bubba in heat race. And I put 2 clamps on it after that and never had a problem the rest of the summer. And I don't know why or what made it do it, but it won't happen again, that's for sure.
It was done for the year, right?
Yeah.
Josh, what do you think of all these kids, or I should say, younger drivers in the Sportsman class? You got Carter Schlenk, who's been making an impact. Colin Schilt just moved up from the Super Stocks. What do you think of these kids?
I think they're really good. As a 35-year-old man, I never would have dreamed I'd be coming down to the last feature racing against a 12-year-old for a points title. Both really good guys. I think they have very bright futures ahead of them, and to be honest, they'll probably have if they stick with it, they'll probably have way more success in their careers than I will ever attain with just what they have ahead of them.
How old were you guys when each of you started your racing careers in full size stock cars?
Go ahead, Josh.
I was the tail end of 2015. I raced once in a street stock at Montpelier. And then 2016 was kind of a nightmare where we went through like 7 junkyard motors. So it'd be show up, work all day, Friday, Saturday on the car to get a new motor in and then go blow up on hot laps. So
if I'm doing the math right, you were mid to late 20s.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah. I was, 28, 29 by the time we got it rolling. So
Justin, how about you?
I was 15 when I first started racing.
What class did you start in the Bombers then?
Yep, I started in the Bombers.
All right. And how many years did it take to get your first A-main win?
Well, that would have been last year was my first A-main win.
Really? I did not realize it. So how
came
many?
Close a few times, just couldn't get it done.
I know your family was there. You never had the chance to race at the old Bryan Speedway.
No, I didn't.
I don't think you're not that old, are you?
I'm 35.
Oh, you guys are the same age, but still.
And he's been racing for 20 years.
We gotta do math. That's too much math for me. I guess Brian was still racing while you were alive, but
yeah.
Did either of you ever get out to Bryan Motor Speedway? Just to watch?
I'm pretty sure that's where my first attended race was. I know my dad and uncle both loved it. I know I got a picture of me in the grandstands over there, and unfortunately that's no more, but when we go, I try to make it to Butler once or twice a year, and there's huge nostalgia just walking up to the back of that grandstand.
Yeah.
My only memory of Bryan Motor Speedway is the one, I was a little kid, and it was probably early 80s. They were having a wet T-shirt contest during intermission.
Oh, yeah.
Like, this is classy.
They had a few of those, yeah.
We need more than that.
See if we can talk. Yeah. What would you guys say would be the most memorable night this past season, and why? And Justin, we'll start with you on that one.
Well, I'd say it was the night I won the championship. I know I didn't win the feature, but just finally getting to win the championship that night, battling with Bubba all summer was a blast. Even though it was stressful, it was still fun. But I won't forget that for a while.
Do you feel like a big weight was lifted off your shoulder after that last feature,
yes.
championship feature was over?
Yes, 100%.
That checkered flag had to feel awfully good.
It sure did.
What about you, Josh?
Would probably be the night where we started the race and the bottom 2/3 of the track was just soaked in water. Everybody went to the high side except for Carter. He went low, had a really good run, and then he got in the water. But everybody went high, had a big run, and he kind of came up at almost a dead stop, it felt like, in front of me. I was on the brakes, but at that point I was in the water too. And I unfortunately got into him. He went down to the infield, and I had to come off because my hood was all messed up. Radiator was leaking, bumper shot. And fortunately I had some good help in the pits to get things patched up as quick as they could in 90 seconds and came out a half lap behind and got back up to fourth. I think that was the second or third last night of points. So that was a big run right there that really helped keep me in a position to get it done.
And it's efforts like that win championships.
Yeah, that was wild. I don't know. Car wasn't handling good because so many things were bent and out of whack, but and the aero package was off, but that was a lot of fun going from the tail up to fourth. I wish we had a few more laps. I don't think we would have won that night, but it would have been interesting to see.
Now, see, a good driver can compensate for those issues. And you did.
I gave her all I had, that's for sure.
Now, my next question, this may be the same answer for you, Josh, was what would you say would be the night from this past season you would most like to forget?
Wouldn't be that night.
Okay.
That's the one I'll never forget. Probably the night, I think it was middle of July. It was the only redraw I missed all year. So I was anxious at the start, and I was kind of blocked as the front three were kind of pulling away. Got a little over anxious, and then into Jarrett Rendell's door, and it bent my control arm, and we were kind of just stuck because of a stupid mental mistake we made on the third or fourth lap, and had to just kind of quote unquote ride around, knowing something with the car was off.
Gotcha. What about you, Justin? Is there a night that you'd like to forget from this past season?
Probably the night that me and Bubba got together in the feature. It was like lap 1 or 2. I know we got a caution. I woed up and we ended up coming together. He got taken out and I had to go to the tail and work my way back up to the front. But I just hated seeing him get taken out like that.
Gotcha. It looks like we have our late model champion joining us as well. Devin Shiels, how's it going?
Going good.
Hey, Dev.
Thanks for joining us. Did Braden win a bunch of football awards?
Yeah, he won some.
More than races that he's won this year?
Yeah, I think he won some more football awards than races.
Fair enough. Let's talk to you a little bit about your championship season. I know I spoke to you probably beginning of August, maybe as late July or something, and you seem to be a little worried that you hadn't gotten into victory lane, but you were up there in the points.
Yeah, for some reason we struggled a little bit at Oakshade once it got real slick, and the bumps weren't helping me too much going into one, and I don't know, we just were missing something that the car needed or something that the driver needed. I don't know what it was, but we could do well at Attica the night before and then show up at Oakshade, and it just was just a little bit different. But we were fast at the start of the night for time trials, so we had speed. Just had to put it all together, and we had 2 races. I think we were supposed to win, or could have won, but broke stuff. Put a hole in the radiator one night.
That was leading too,
another
wasn't
night.
it?
Yeah, it was a hammer down fast track, and it was a hold on kind of track, and ended up putting a chunk of mud through the radiator.
You're getting older now. Maybe on Saturday you need to take a nap.
No, they just need to race later at night. It's better for me because everybody says I come on at night, and for some reason we struggle a little bit in the feature. I don't know if it was in the heat race, we just put ourselves behind too much or what it was, but we struggled early on in the season, and we made some changes to cars and made some moves that we didn't tell anybody about, but we kind of got it going towards the end of the year.
I was going to say that you must have figured something out because you got a couple wins there toward the end of the year. Yeah,
we had the car I started off the season with. I just couldn't get a handle on it, and so we did a swap. We didn't tell anybody, but we swapped cars. Me and Braden. I stripped the body on a Friday night after Attica and changed all the bodies. Basically, put his body on my car, my body on his car, and changed seats, and I think we got to bed about 7 a.m. on Saturday morning that night, and still didn't have the seat changed.
And you fit in his seat?
Oh no, he's a size 14, and I think I'm a size 16.
Yeah.
So no, that wasn't going to happen. So our lengths are close. So the pedals and steering wheel was good, but I didn't want to steal his decal package because it's kind of his first year, and we got pretty much the same sponsors on both cars, but it was his design, his name on the car. So I stole it earlier in the year at Attica and drove his car just by switching the seat on a Friday night, and it was what I was missing. And so I stole my old car back from him and put him in the new one, and I took the 2018.
Just sounds to me like it would have been a whole lot easier just to swap the transponders.
Yeah, we just had to. That 18 car's got a lot of wins in it, and there's something about it I like the way it is. And Rocket made some changes to the chassis that I don't know if we just couldn't figure it out, or I just didn't like it. It flexed a little more than the other one, and so we just went back with what we knew.
Same program for 24.
Yeah, he's going to stay in the car he was in. I'll probably start the season off with my car. It's getting older and it's got some holes starting to poke through the frame, so it's getting wore down. But we haven't figured out what we're going to do for the next coming up car. But
it's like a very comfortable pair of jeans.
Yeah. I don't like change, and that car, I've been with that car since 18, so it's something I really like.
Now, this was your your fifth championship at Oakshade. Josh and Justin, they got their first. What does it mean to be a five-time champion? I know, I think you five-time at Attica too, aren't you?
Yeah, it's cool. That's cool. What we're. I mean, I've been doing it a long time. I feel old. These guys are all 35 years old. I haven't seen that in a while, and I'm 43 now. So it took a long time to get there. So it isn't something that just happened overnight. And I don't mind points racing because I'm pretty conservative in the car. So it doesn't bother me too bad doing points, but I just enjoy racing. So I just try to I just want to go racing.
So you don't mind point racing?
Yeah, it doesn't bother me. I don't get worked up over very much stuff, so I'm pretty laid back, easy going.
Now, do you follow the points? Do you know where you're at, like at the beginning of each night, especially like maybe the last three nights leading up to championship night?
No, my dad does. My dad keeps
so he keeps
reminding
you informed,
me.
Okay.
But no, I don't usually watch it too closely. And if you're doing good, if you're running good, finishing up front, you're gonna be good in the points.
So we asked Josh and Justin this. What would you consider the most memorable night of this past season at Oakshade for you?
It'd probably be, I don't know, the Summer National one was pretty exciting. That track was very fast, and a couple times I thought I was going over on my lid, but we were running third in that, and I ended up breaking a tie rod end and ended our night. But championship night was fun. That was probably the most aggressive I've ever drove. I kind of got into Kester a little bit. I was not tapped. I hate getting into people with body wise, and but I tried holding my car down as tight as I could to the tires, and I just kind of ran out of room. And then was catching Shipley and just trying to find a way to pass him clean and get around him and win the race to finish it off. I probably shouldn't even been racing that hard because if I wouldn't have finished, I probably wouldn't have won the points. So, but I just wanted to prove that I could win.
So what, is there a night that you would have liked to forget about from this past season?
Yeah, there's a few that I screwed up in here and there, but I don't know. I don't usually dwell on them too bad. I just try to finish up front, and I want to win as much as possible.
Gotcha. Let's go back to Justin here for just a second. I want to ask each of you this question. Who would you consider your toughest opponent to race against in each of your classes. Justin, I know you talked about Bubba and racing him for the championship. Would you say he's the toughest there to race against in the Super Stocks?
With being there every week, yeah, it was Bubba. He was the toughest.
All right, who was second toughest?
I'd have to say probably Adam Lance when he shows up. He's going to be up front.
That's a good answer. Josh, what about you? I know we talked about some of the youngsters.
I would definitely say Colin and Carter are two of the toughest. Curveball one, when he's on his game, Jesse Jones runs a very good line and very smooth and very difficult to pass.
What about you, Devin? Who's the toughest to race against in the late model class at Oakshade?
It's probably not who you think. Casey Nooning is this year. He was all over at Attica and Oakshade. He was right on my tail most of the year, and he gave me fits this year. He's been running really good with that car he's got.
He had one of those. Well, where the heck did he come from? Races the whole season.
Yeah, that was probably that was the one race I wanted to forget was the one he stole. And he got me when I was in lap traffic and passed me on like 2 to go or something. And yeah, he took some wins away all year.
Gotcha. So what are your guys' plans for next season? Devin, we'll start with you on this.
We're going to try doing a little more traveling. We got our truck and trailer. It's going to go up for sale here soon. We bought a old stacker that we're going to fix up and try to put both cars in one, put my son's car and my car in one trailer, and just so we can all ride to the racetrack together and have a little fun, go hit some of the bigger shows and just see where it leads.
So does that mean Braden's going to be doing some traveling as well then?
Yeah, wherever I go, he's going to have to either go or stay home.
Gotcha. Okay.
That'd be a tough choice.
I guess I'm going.
Yeah, I didn't want to get him. I didn't want to take him right to Attica and just throw him to the wolves in the fast, high-paced tracks. And we're gonna pick and choose. So keeping him in mind that we don't take him to Eldora or something and just throw him out there. And we want to get him experience. And as long as he keeps the car clean, we'll just keep riding.
So no championships you're going to be going for to defend next year?
My dad liked to do Attica because we just enjoy racing there. But I don't know if we'll make every night at Oakshade or not. We're going to kind of we got a lot on our plate right now, redoing stuff. And I think it's going to be a little tough to do any points racing next year.
Well, as Ron says, if you don't want to do point racing, just skip the first couple of weeks.
Yeah, but nobody wants to skip a night of racing.
That's true. Especially when it's the first night of racing.
Yep.
Josh, what do you got going on for next year? Are you sticking, gonna try and defend your title?
Haven't really decided yet. My work schedule, fortunately, all the stars aligned this year, but a lot of times it's involves some weekend traveling. So I do think I would like to tag a week or two of the Hell Tour, depending on what that schedule shakes out to be. But I don't know. It's November 2nd. I'm supposed to post all my stuff for sale right now, right?
I think so. I think that's the normal thing. Everybody's like, "What, are you getting out of racing?"
Maybe I'll get them modified. I don't know.
Okay. Justin, what about you? Plans for next year?
Nothing set in stone yet. Just plan on racing some more, probably. I might do some traveling. I don't know. Haven't decided yet.
Not changing classes or anything?
No.
Didn't you? That's what I was going to say. I thought I saw you ran a modified this past weekend at Mount Hillier,
I ran my buddy Nate Hutchison's mod at Waynesfield. It was a lot of fun.
Waynesfield, okay.
Cars are definitely different to drive, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Are they more fun or just more difficult?
They're honestly a little more difficult. I ran my dad's car as a late model one night this year, and I could tell a difference in the steering. It seemed a little more darty with the bigger tires, but other than that, it was similar to my car. But I got my buddy's mod there, and it was night and day difference from either one of those. So
Speaking of running late model, I know Bubba was running both classes mostly, if not every night. He was also running the late model. Do you think that maybe worked to your advantage there, or maybe he wasn't quite as focused on the super stock as much as he could have been?
It's a possibility, but he had a pretty good crew over there helping him all summer, so I don't think he had to worry about it too much.
All right. Got some sponsors you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I got to give a shout out to Twisted Canvas. They've been on the car for a couple years now. GT Race Cars as my brother and Dean Taylor. They helped me out all summer. Either my brother gave me a place to work on the car, and Dean helped me with setups all summer. And Mayhem Performance, my buddy Garrett McLean. He does a lot of fabrication work for me. He actually raised my halo over the off season, just trying to make the car a little safer for me. So,
do you have a Brian Ruhlman issue?
Slightly, yes.
Okay.
I plan on taking the car to Eldora, and I just wanted a little more room between my head and the roof. So if I ever went on my lid, and I had a couple close calls last year of going on my lid, so I didn't want it to happen. So, what else we got on there? Hot Rod Wheel Engineering, Double D Graphics. I gotta thank my girlfriend. She supported me all summer, made sure I was staying focused and trying to make sure I got sleep through the night, because I'd get stressed out about it and not sleep. So,
was that the point racing part?
Yeah.
Okay. Josh, what you got? Some sponsors you want to thank?
Yeah, I need to first and foremost thank my dad for always being there and putting me number one priority when it comes to the race cars. My wife Christy, my manager / adopted daughter Chloe, my uncle Scott, late MJ Moore. Before he passed, he put a sticker in the car that, I don't know if it's PG rated show, but it says fucking send it. So every time before we go out, we give him a fist bump, and I feel like he's there with me in the car every lap. It's really cool. His boy, Aaron Moore, which we call him Gump, is always there, always willing to lend a hand with a wrench. So that's cool. David Ellis, always really nice when fellow competitors will drop what he's doing to come help you out. Jeff Summers, I got to thank my dog, Maggie. She takes the best victory lane photos, regardless of how I look like. She might keep the hot dog stand in business too. Then I got my stepdad with Sam Schweitzer Realty. He's been there for me every year I've been racing, been a big help. Brad Eitenauer with Eitenauer Racing Services. And back when I had bent and used up stuff, he got me going the right direction. Got me as fast as I could, and we slowly upgraded over time. Then I actually ran 2 different guys' motors this year. Not there's anything wrong with either of them. They both perform great. So Tim Conover with REC Performance and Chuck Noonan with Noonan Performance both supplied great quality engines for me to run. So thanks to everybody.
And Devin, what about your sponsors?
Big ones, Salbeam Excavating and Trucking. Andy Salbeam and Beth Salbeam came on board this year with Braden, and it's kind of adopted me into the loop too. So they helped out with both cars, and great people to work with, and they do their trucks. You see them running up and down the road quite a bit. They're great to have on board. Rally's Hamburgers out of Adrian and Toledo. I kind of plow their driveway for them to get a sponsorship out of them. So it's nice. I've had that on the car for 20 years, I think 25 years, from when we owned it. And then, relatives owned it after that. And then the new owners kind of took over and, kept it going. So, Magic Fountain Auto Wash is our business, contributes to it. Dundee Products out of Dundee, Michigan. They provide us with tubing. Whenever we need to fabricate something in the shop, they got all the tubing you need. Chuck Noonan helps us with engines every year. he's just built a reliable motor that just lasts for what we put him through is amazing. Then from there, it's Banshee Graphics does a great job on decals and just makes it looks awesome every time it hits the track. And then just like thank my dad, without him we wouldn't do it. We wouldn't even be racing. He enjoys going and I enjoy going, and it's kind of a family event. My wife for letting Tracy, she puts up with a lot of stuff, and she's putting up with even more now that Braden's been starting to race, and so she's kind of turned into the actual race wife. She's got to clean the suits and make sure we have water in the trailer, and starting to help clean up a little more now that Braden's doing it. And
she does the tear-offs too?
No, she wouldn't go for a while there.
Really?
When it was, she went every week when it was when we were in school, and she kind of once kids came along, she kind of stopped going to the races, and now that one of her kids out there on the track, she's back going again. So she's starting over again from scratch. She's on the low on the totem pole now on the pit crew. And then Jason Brown and Dylan, they help out a ton at the track and in the shop, and my brother even helps, and just Dennis Wenzel goes with us to Attica quite a bit, and sometimes comes over to Oakshade. He's fun to have around. Dirt Nerds podcast too. They throw in some money. It's neat having guys that do these podcasts as friends, and it gives me something to listen to while I'm driving down the road in the truck. So, but no, just everybody that helps out. I'm probably missing somebody, but no, they're just we need everybody, all sponsors, to even do this stuff. So it's getting out of hand, and we're just thankful for the ones we do have.
One last question for all you guys. Equally prepared tricycles, one lap around Oakshade Raceway. The three of you are competing. Who's going to win?
Go,
not
Devin.
me. I'm probably the oldest of the group. I could probably beat Ron. That's about it.
So Devin's won the most, so my money's on him.
Same.
Oh, they're giving you the money. The money's on you, old man.
If it was basketball, I might pick myself, but tricycles, probably not me.
I think Justin and I are carrying a little too much extra weight to win that race.
I agree with that one.
Too much downforce.
All right, fair enough. Well, guys, congratulations on your championships, and thanks for taking the time to be with us tonight.
Thanks for having us. Congratulations, you guys too. It's an amazing accomplishment you guys pulled off there.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks for putting up with us, guys, and great luck to all of you in 24.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, man. We'll see you guys.
See ya.
See ya.
There you go. Our 2023 Oakshade Raceway champions, Devin Shiels, Josh Robertson, Justin Gamber, Eric Carr. As I mentioned, he had a meeting at 6:30. He's going to try and pop on if he gets done before 8:00. So if he does get done, we'll definitely talk to him here before the end of the show. Got to mention freeze frame photos for all your racing photo needs. From Action Shots to Victory Lane, they have custom print magnets, can koozies, tumblers, and other gift items. Christmas coming up, and we can talk about it now. It's after Halloween, and an inch of snow on Halloween night. That was pretty crazy.
0.7.
I don't know. I round up to an inch.
I know.
I was out in it.
Yeah.
It was like a blizzard. It was
terrible.
Halloween blizzard. Yeah, but at least no kids came, so I have a big thing of candy still
Really?
downstairs. Yeah.
Your neighborhood and no kids?
Well, there was a few, but I mean not as many as normal.
Oh, okay.
So help yourself to the big cauldron of candy on the counter
maybe
downstairs.
I'll take a peek in there.
Yeah, there you go.
See if you're a cheapskate or you buy the good stuff.
I didn't buy it. My girlfriend bought it.
Oh, well, okay.
You'll find out. 2024 calendars are now he's taking orders for the 2024 calendars. Put together your own custom 2024 calendar for sponsors, family members, whatever. You can choose all the pictures for each month.
I think we're going to have to get a hold of Charlie and do a 35 car through the years.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could even put a calendar together, order like a whole bunch of them, and sell them.
Ooh, that'd be cool, too.
See, there you go. So, yeah, give Charlie a call. And don't forget your sponsors. You could get them a little thing. Maybe you want to get your sponsors a little coaster for your car, your cup holder in your car. That's why it's got the little notch there so you can pull it out. I use it as a coaster for the studio table here, and it seems to work all right. Yeah. But, yeah, any kind of custom stuff, they'll do it for you. Give Charlie a call, 419-476-9978, freeze frame photo, special moments frozen in time. Got some racing news to bust out here before we do our How Many and give away some Big D's Pizza. Yeah. And don't forget, hashtag DCR in the comments. Very cool idea. We can do that. He liked your idea, Ron.
Yay.
He probably has all the pictures too, because he doesn't just have the pictures. He has a library of photos. And again, he will be at the Oakshade Awards gathering on the 18th of November at the Fulton Building, Fulton County Fairgrounds. We do have some news to get to, so let's do that. Don't forget the hashtag DCR in the comments of our Facebook Live or the YouTube Live to get yourself in the drawing for that Hammer Down Racing Report window sticker. And, let's do this.
Latest racing news.
Another busy week. Eric Almirola announced on Saturday morning that he will not be returning to drive the number 10 Ford for Stewart House Racing next season. Smithfield Meats sponsor also announced that they will end their association with NASCAR at the end of the year. Almirola wanted to spend more time with his family, may continue to race locally or maybe do some truck series.
Yeah, local racing legend Jerry Cook is the car chief on that car.
Is he? I did not realize that was the car he was the car chief on. Haley Deegan. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you have more?
I was just thinking out loud. I wonder
what's he going to do?
What the 10 car will be doing next year.
He'll probably get a new driver, would be my guess.
I don't know.
Oh, I know a guy.
Really?
Yeah. It's probably not who you're thinking.
Yeah?
Matty D.
Oh, yeah.
He's out of his truck ride, so maybe he could get back up the cup. Matt DiBenedetto. Just throwing that out there. I don't know. Haley Deegan, former guest of the show, and Chase Cabre, I'm not sure how to pronounce his name, they're engaged.
Really?
Yeah, so she's off the market.
Oh.
Sorry, Ron. Cabre formerly raced in ARCA Menard Series. He collected 2 wins in his 46 starts in the ARCA East Division. He still races locally on the dirt at Millbridge Speedway. And Deegan currently races in the NASCAR Truck Series. She's run the series full-time since 2021, picking up 5 top 10s in 68 starts. Recently, Deegan announced she'll be running the Xfinity Series full-time next year, driving the number 15 for AM Racing.
That's a pretty cool deal.
Yeah. Must-See Racing is scheduled to kick off its 2024 racing season on Saturday, April 20th at Sandusky Speedway. It will be the first visit to Sandusky Speedway for the Must-See Racing Sprint since 2019. Other news here: for the 5th time in series history, the ARCA Menard Series will go on the road to the Finger Lakes region of New York when it visits Watkins Glen International on September 13th of next year. Series also announced they're going to return to Michigan International Speedway for the 43rd time. That race is going to be scheduled for Friday, August 16th of next year.
Probably along with NASCAR?
Yeah, part of the,
okay.
I think Xfinity and Cup Series will be there. Part of the 3-day weekend for Michigan International Speedway. On Sunday during the NASCAR Cup Series race at Martinsville, the Chevrolet pace car abruptly came to a stop during a caution period. I didn't see this.
Oh, I did.
But apparently, the rule is that drivers aren't allowed to pass the pace car, so when the pace car pulled out of line and came to an abrupt stop, there was a noticeable confusion for the drivers. The field slowly passed the pace car. NASCAR reacted quickly, sending out a Ford AMR safety truck with flashing lights to pace the field. The Chevy was picked up by a tow truck and hauled to the infield as the crowd roared. A backup pace car was then put into action for the remainder of the race. I did not know they had a
the tow
backup.
truck used the NASCAR-style hooks that go around the wheels and
picked it up
and lifted that Camaro off the racing surface.
Well, apparently, what happened was, according to Chevrolet, rubber debris from the track damaged the wiring harness to the fuel pump, disabling the pace car.
Oh, so it ran out of fuel.
I guess. Is that what that means? Is that code for it ran out of fuel? If you say so. I don't know. So was it as comical as it sounded when that happened, if you were watching it?
Yeah. It was funny. And that press release is very accurate. The drivers just didn't know what in the world to do. The pace car stopped and we can't pass it.
On Wednesday's World Finals action, dirt track at Charlotte, Brandon Overton set fast time for Thursday's World of Outlaws Case Construction Late Model Series action, and Sheldon Hodenshield was fast time for the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series. Scott Bloomquist set fast time for Friday's World of Outlaw Late Models action, and Brent Marks is fast time for the Sprint guys on Friday night. Saturday's events will be lined up based on points accumulated during the weekend.
Contributor John Young says that Noah Gregson is rumored to be in the 10 car in the Cup Series for next year.
Thank you, Correspondent John. We appreciate that. No Hammer Down hotline for this week. Just a text entry into how many.
Okay.
I had to tell the particular person that you have to guess in the comments of the Facebook Live or the YouTube Live, because he doesn't have Facebook. So I suggested YouTube. Do you need to have an account to comment, though?
On
I
YouTube?
think you do, yeah.
I don't think so.
But it's not like social media. You can just get a real quick account. Anyway, so if you want to call, leave a message anytime, day or night, call or text 419-318-3081, 419-318-3081. That is the Hammer Down hotline. Anything racing related you want to get off your chest, go ahead and share it with us, and we'll feature it on the show next week, assuming that it's not too late. How about we give away some pizza now?
Ooh.
Sound good? Yeah?
I'm thinking.
Okay.
How many?
Let's take this off of here. So last week's how many was how many boss sprints were going to be at Waynesfield on Saturday? That number was 28. I guessed 20. Corey, who was with us, Corey McCoy, he guessed 36.
And I said 21.
You said 21, so you were closest barely.
Well, I could have guessed 28, but
so congratulations, you were closest
Scott.
there. And congratulations to John Jones. He guessed 28.
Really?
He was our winner for last week. So, John, you have 30 days to claim your pizza from Big D's Pizza over there in Clyde. This week's how many? With not much action going on locally, although I guess Montpelier was talking about trying to finish. They got rained out halfway through their show last week.
Deal.
And I saw they posted Tuesday, I think it was. They were working with the insurance, trying to arrange something for this weekend and then adding a full show as well. But they were waiting to hear from their insurance because their insurance ended as of the end of October.
Oh.
So they're working that out. I haven't seen an update since Tuesday morning. So I don't know if that's going to happen or not. So we're going to go with a NASCAR one, if that's acceptable.
Well, that's a big show.
Yeah. It's the championship stuff happening this weekend. How many caution laps will be in Sunday's Cup Series race at Phoenix?
Ooh.
Total number of caution laps. That includes the stage breaks.
Yeah.
And all that.
It's
happy hoo-ha.
It's a 1 mile track.
Usually it's not that many wrecks.
It's payback time, though.
It is. And Denny Hamlin's got nothing to lose now, and he's pissed at everybody all the time. So
yeah, but that's okay. Everybody's pissed at him.
Well, that's true too.
So I'm stalling, Scott.
Are you here? Let me switch back over so you can see what people are guessing.
Oh, boy, they're all over.
They are all over. I think there's going to be more than 6, Karen.
Yeah.
This is laps, number of laps, caution laps. So again, and
6 is a good number, so I'm going to go with 26.
26. Okay.
26.
26 caution laps.
That's it.
Okay.
Because remember, we're counting the stage breaks and.
Yep. I'm going to go with 28.
Ooh, you didn't even go 27.
No, I didn't. So we'll tie if it's
could tie,
27.
right.
Yes. So get your guess in. We'll give you until, what time's that race start on Sunday? 3 o'clock.
3
So
o'clock.
we'll give you till 3 o'clock on Sunday.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, 3 o'clock on Sunday. So if you're listening to us on the podcast, on Apple Podcasts or iHeart or wherever you consume us, you have until then to put your guess in the comments of our Facebook Live or the YouTube Live. And you can only guess once. You can't change your guess. Once you put your guess in, you're locked in. If you do guess more than once or change your guess, you will get the black flag sitting right over there. You can't see it right now, but trust me, it's there.
And we will use it.
We're not afraid.
That's it.
So you could win a Big D's pizza if you're closest. We'll find out who that winner is next week. I guess we really don't have any use for a weekend weather pit stop this week, do we?
No.
Not for around here, at least. A lot of action, though, going on.
It's going to be
down
chilly,
south.
and it might rain on Sunday. So there, we'll get that out of the way.
All right, there.
Just in case somebody.
Just in case
decides
Montpelier runs.
Now Sunday is a big day at Millstream Speedway.
That's true. I was going to mention that we have.
Okay.
Before we get to that, let's do. Which one is it? Oh, this one, the menu.
This weekend's Big D's Pizza Racing Menu.
So as Ron mentioned, Sunday afternoon, an open house going on at
1 to
Millstream
4, I believe. Is
Speedway.
The time.
Yeah, if you got any old memorabilia or photos or whatever, they kind of just want people to come out and share things.
Take it along with you, and you can take it home. They're not going to claim it.
No, yeah. And there's no charge. Just kind of come, hang out, see what theyve done to the track, and just kind of. It's kind of them getting to know the fans and everything.
Talk to the owners and tell them that late models are good.
Late models are good. So are stock cars.
Oh yeah.
From what I've heard, they're very familiar with sprint cars, not as familiar with the stock cars.
Well, and I think it's pretty cool that they're talking to Scott Warner, and he's got a vested interest in the stock cars especially.
Yes, he does. Other series action going on this weekend. Of course, the World of Outlaws World Finals featuring the World of Outlaw NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series and the World of Outlaws Case Construction Late Model Series, and, of course, the Dirt Car Big Block Modifieds. That's going on at the dirt track at Charlotte right now, as a matter of fact, through Saturday night. So, and that wraps up their seasons, too. So
And
that's
that's
another
on
series
Flow,
that's
right?
done. That's on Dirt Vision.
Oh, it's on Dirt Vision.
Yeah, and they announce earlier times too. So check out the listings on that, because they moved up some of the times. Like today started early. Zeb Wise, I was watching earlier. He was in a pretty nasty crash in the first heat race.
Ooh, hope he's okay.
It looked like his throttle stuck after he went like head first into the wall, and his car's is flipping and flopping around. It looked like a fish or something, and then finally it came to a stop. They announced he was conscious, and he said he was okay, but I believe
They didn't believe him?
I think they took him to the hospital anyways.
Sure.
It was a pretty gnarly looking crash there. But Scott Bloomquist setting fast time for tomorrow night's action. That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that started early. I mean, they were racing like 4 o'clock-ish,
Because
I
of
think, or
cold
something,
weather?
because it's getting a little chilly down there. And chilly in Charlotte is different than chilly in Northwest Ohio, southeastern Michigan.
I don't know. My brother lives in the middle of Florida, and he said it was 50 degrees, so that was their low temperature.
Oh, I was going to say that.
Yeah.
Got about that today.
I think their high temperature today in Florida was only in the mid-60s, so.
Sucks to be them.
Yeah.
NASCAR action this weekend, final weekend of NASCAR as well. Craftsman 150 at Phoenix Raceway for the Truck Series. That'll be tomorrow night, Friday night. Late start on that one, 10 o'clock on FS1.
That's because it's in Phoenix.
Yeah, they're 3 hours behind.
Right.
Oh, and don't forget to change your clocks this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
So, because that'll mess you up on Sunday a little bit. You'll tune in early if you don't change your clocks.
Fall back.
Yeah,
Yep.
fall back. So if you
You
tune
get an
in,
extra hour's sleep Saturday night.
it's my favorite time change. I don't like the time change, but if there's going to be one, this is the one I like because I get an extra hour's sleep. Xfinity Series on Saturday. That'll be at 7 p.m. on USA, and then the championship race there for the Cup Series as well at Phoenix on NBC at 3 p.m. on Sunday afternoon. And don't forget, So it'll seem like it's starting at 4 o'clock because it'll
Right,
change
because you'll have an extra hour's sleep.
Yes, it makes sense. How about we do that drawing for this week's window sticker winner? He was checked at the hospital and released. Talking about Zebwise. Thanks for that update.
Thank you,
there,
Dave.
Dave Kremer, always on top of things for us. He gets another raise. So if you haven't put hashtag DCR in the comments of our Facebook Live or the YouTube Live, this is your last chance because we're going to do this drawing here momentarily. And I know there's like a 30-second delay, so we'll give you just a couple of seconds here while I pull up our current list here. See how many entries we have so far. Looks like we got about 16 entries.
About? I think we've got exactly.
That could change.
Ooh,
see,
17.
It's 17 now. See?
Ooh.
See, it goes up in real time. Let's see who that was. That was Thomas Cole. He just put in his hashtag DCR. Dale Cole Jr. still banned from sticker giveaways?
Yep.
He's not allowed to win?
Nope.
Well, he can just print his own.
He could.
That's probably why. All right, so there, we've killed enough time. Let's do this drawing. Let's take this off of here. Here we go for this week's Hammer Down Racing Report window sticker, courtesy of DCR Graphics.
Who's it going to be?
I don't know. Names are going.
It slows down. You think you've got a winner, and boom, it
and
changes.
it's John Jones again.
Ha!
He's a double winner tonight.
Can't beat that.
Yeah, won the how many? And now you got yourself a window sticker. Hammer Down Racing Report window sticker, car sticker, whatever sticker. It's a whatever sticker is what we're calling it. You have 30 days to claim your sticker from Ron Miller Race Cars. That's where you can pick it up just across the state line there. And
just barely into Michigan.
Just barely, yeah. Just, what, about 5 minutes from here, from Sylvania?
Yeah.
So, congratulations, John Jones.
About 2 minutes from Seacorn, Alexis.
There you go. Right down Whiteford Center.
Yep.
Whiteford Center Road. Is that what that is? Cool. Well, that's it for this edition of the Hammer Down Racing Report. I want to thank our guests once again for joining us tonight, our 2023 Oakshade Raceway track champions, Devin Shiels, Justin Gamber, Josh Robertson. Unfortunately, it looks like Eric Carr, his cheerleading meeting must have run over a little bit too long there. So,
yeah, we'll catch him some other time.
We will definitely. We've talked to him before. He's
right.
I think that was his 4th championship too. So
yeah.
4th in a row. I was looking at that. So Eric Carr, he's
got it figured out.
Yeah, he's been on the show before, but we'll get him on here. Thanks to associate producer Dave Kemmer, contributors John Young, Matt Swanner, Bob Stazak. Make sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on X, otherwise known as Twitter,
formerly
at Hammer Report. Follow us on YouTube. Listen to us on your favorite podcasting platform, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio. And I guess we're going to be on a new platform, too, once this network deal goes.
The cool stuff comes.
Megaphone, I think, is what it's
really
called. We'll be really loud. Maybe.
Just obnoxious.
Check out HammerDownRacingReport.com for all the episodes. There's advertising information on there. Make sure to rate and review us with your friends. Thanks to our sponsors, DCR Graphics, Dominator Race Products, Oakshade Raceway, Ron Miller Race Cars, Freeze Frame Photos. And if you're interested in being a sponsor of the show, send us a message or call 419-318-3081. It is the Hammer Down hotline. We'll be back next week. Next week, we're going to focus on the Toledo and Flat Rock Championship.
Would be a bunch of those.
Could be. We'll find out.
Yeah.
I haven't reached out to them yet. So, surprise! Next week, it's you guys from Toledo and Flat Rock. We'll get them on to talk about their championship seasons. So, in the meantime, go check out the World Finals there from Charlotte.
Yep.
It might be your last racing action for a little while, at least. Dirt in the Dome's coming up mid-December. And there's some other racing that'll be going on. But
have a great weekend, folks.
see you Thursday.
Go Lions.
Go Red Wings.
Woohoo!
You have been listening to the Hammer Down Racing Report, available on demand on iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting platform.